Welcome to the first season of the Entourage podcast. My name is Stephanie, and I'm the moderator for today. Today, we have some new faces joining the conversation from the infamous Entourage crew. They're going to go ahead and introduce themselves. So, we're going to go ahead and start with Kwame.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kwame, and I'm from Minnesota.
My name is AJ Daddy Benz from Virginia.
Hey, I'm Mandingo. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Alexander from Virginia, representing Manchester United.
Manny Q, Jersey.
My name is Kwame, known as Kwame Asakute, California.
This is Jason repping from Jersey.
Hey, this is your boy AG86, Honolulu, Hawaii.
Hey, this is Mystical from VA.
All right, so there's a quote out there that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So today's topic, we just want to know, why is it so hard for Africans to support each other? Is it that we just don't want to see each other grow? Is it like we just want to see, like, you know, somebody has to be higher than the other? And we're going to go ahead and start the conversation with KM. And he's going to tell us a little bit more and, you know, join the conversation.
Yeah, me personally, I feel like it's really hard for Africans to support each other because number one reason is low-key jealousy. Like, before somebody will help you and let you come up, they will make sure that they're up there first. Some people just feel like, you know, why would I help you when I haven't made it yet? You know, so I feel like it's just some sort of jealousy that's down, but they just will not admit that it's jealousy. So they'll find excuses just not to support you. You know, so that's how I feel.
Me personally, I feel like Africans, we have a lot of pride. I mean, if you look at, like, say me, I'm an Ashanti. We Ashantis, we are very prideful because sometimes we'd be like, oh, Asante Fordia, you know, we're on top of things and, you know, we don't want to, how do you say this? We feel like we're always on top, so we always want to keep people at the bottom when it comes to tribalism. Does that make sense?
No. Come again?
It's your Hold on, so you're trying to say that this is a tribal thing. So, like, certain tribes feel that they are, like, more prestigious than the other.
Exactly.
So Ashantis think that they're better than every other tribe. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, so it seems like everybody is supporting the fact that, like, why it happens, not because how we do it and all this stuff. I think we actually need it in our society because if you're not hated, you're not going anywhere. So I'll argue in favor of, like, hey, hate your brother any day you want. Because for me, once you hate me, that's when I even do better. So it's either you support or you don't. Whether you support or you don't support, your boy is going up. So that's how I feel about this topic.
I get where you're coming from, Alex, but it's more so like it's not even about being support too. It's sometimes you need that little push from somebody because it kind of like urges you to keep doing what. Yeah, we all have that mindset that, oh, I don't care what somebody thinks of me. I'm going to do what's going to make me happy, blah, blah, blah. But deep down, you know, so you're going to need somebody. As much as you can see in here, we still need people. And then so if you're in a business or whatever that is that you're doing and you're not getting the support that you need, it doesn't push you to do better because you're going to provide the service to people at the end of the day. Until the people that you expect to hear from them or to hear back from them, if they're not getting to you, then what's the point? Are you still going to keep them? Who are you doing it for? You get what I mean?
Yeah, so let me chime in a little bit, right? A lot of people talk about support me, right? But a lot of people don't make it easy to support them, right?
Oh.
Let's say you start a business, you start a clothing business, and let's say you're making T-shirts or like handbags, right? And you start off day one, you don't want to take any losses, so you're charging like $80 for a T-shirt or like $100 for a book bag. Whereas I can go to Walmart or Ross and buy it for $15, and you talk about, oh, you don't support me. How am I going to support you? you don't make it easy to support. So sometimes I feel like Africans, we keep saying, oh, people don't support us, but it's like, I'm also trying to save money.
But that's the thing, like, okay, so I mean,
yeah, I want to ask, like, quality. You're asking the person to compromise their pricing and their quality because of because you want to support. But what if they're a videographer or a photographer and their merchandise costs like over thousands of dollars? How do you expect them to go low?
No, I get what you're saying, but the thing is, it's like anybody in business knows to make profit. Sometimes you have to take a couple losses in the beginning, and eventually you get there. But the thing about Africans is we start our business and we want to be rich right there and then. Like they,
yeah, but here's the thing, and I mean, I've seen this.
Mhm.
Africans always want a discount. It does not matter where you are. Am I wrong?
I want to feel like discounts. Super Ross, I want the number.
You are wrong.
Not
only Africans, Americans does it too.
Yo, okay. I feel like, okay, when we talk about support, we're not just saying you necessarily have to buy from the person. That's not the only support there is. Like, supporting somebody is like promoting them, telling people about them, helping them, pushing them up. Don't discourage them. Don't put them down. That's support. It's not necessarily buying from the person. Like, if I'm, like you said, if I'm selling t-shirts for $80, you don't know like how the work I put into or how much money I spent to make just one t-shirt. For all you know, I spent $100 on one t-shirt. So if I'm selling for 80, you don't know I'm selling for 80. For example, we all know people that sell suits for $500. And we all look at it as like, why would we go buy that suit for that much when we can go to JCPenney or Macy's and get the same exact suit for $200? But you don't know the quality or the manufacturing or how much he spent on there. Okay, you don't have to buy that suit, but don't go tell people that, oh, don't buy this person's suit, it's too expensive. Don't do that. That's one thing that we Africans, we do a lot. And
they know my boss.
All right.
I think that Cam, you made a good point. But what Manny was saying, was, for example, Shedrick is my friend, right? He takes pictures and videos, and let's say I know somebody else who does the same job that Shedrick does. And Shedrick out there is charging, like, let's say, for example, I don't know how much he charges. Let's say he's charging $5,000. And I know somebody who's going to charge me $3,500. I want Shedrick to do it for me because he's my friend. However, I cannot afford his price. Now, me being AJ, I feel bad. Say a good friend of mine like Shedrick is there, and I'm going to get somebody else to do the job. But I can't afford Shedrick's price. So in that case, if I talk to somebody else and that person is willing to drop his price, don't you think that I should go with that person to do the same exact job?
No.
Should I go with Shedrick because he's my friend and I cannot afford it?
It's a no and it's a no. Reason why I'm saying it's a no is a no. You don't go with somebody because they're your friend. It's all about the quality that you're looking for.
That's not what I'm saying. You are missing the point.
I get your point, but some people...
No. You're missing the point. I said the person does the same job, meaning the same to me. See, what you think is perfect for you is not perfect for me. But to me, they do the same job. To me, not to you. That's the key point. To me. So don't you think that I should go with that person instead of Shedrick? Everybody knows what I do. I flip cars. I send cars to Ghana. If somebody call me and I say, oh, this is my price, how much I'm going to charge you, and then they go to somebody else, I respect that because it's business. You know what I mean? But you got to understand, I put in a lot of time and effort. So I respect that. I have friends that went to somebody else to get a car. Manny's my best friend. Manny's friend bought him a car. It doesn't mean I have to be angry. Manny called me to ask me information about a car. I gave it to him. Oh, this is good. Win SOA. We still got to support each other regardless. But if I'm saying, let's say Shedrick is doing this job, somebody else is doing this job, and Shedrick's price is more expensive than the other person, don't you think, I should go with the other person because my friend cannot, be a little considerate. Now I don't blame him because of anything, because equipment's on the board day. There's no doubt about that. So how do you guys see that thing and say, okay, Madame Fournier, I'm finna cheat to go with somebody else, but I want a schedule to do the job for me, but it's too expensive for me to afford.
But yeah.
So how do I handle it?
For example, KM, right? You are what? You are a DJ, right? First of all, you live in California. And for me to hire you as a DJ, I have to buy your plane ticket. Meanwhile, the same money I'm buying your plane ticket, I can pay another DJ to DJ my event and less than that. So on top of that, I have to get you a hotel room. I have to buy your plane ticket. Now to us support. How?
No. I think, you guys are not getting my point. My thing is, what I'm saying is, you don't necessarily, it don't matter that I'm your friend. And we all know what just happened if you like last year, but we're not going to go there. It doesn't matter that I'm your
Don't make
No, I'm not making it about his name.
Let's be real.
Yeah, I'm saying, okay, look, you don't have to hire me as a friend. I'm not saying hire me.
No. Hold on. Let him talk.
Listen, but don't go spoil me to somebody else.
Now that is bad. That is bad.
Say that I'm not worried. If you're not gonna hire me, don't talk shit about us.
That is true. That is
okay.
All right. So here's the thing.
Wait, let me come here.
So here's the quick question, right? In it all, you guys are saying that support doesn't mean actually purchasing products or like goods or services from the individual. But can you guys elaborate? What does that support?
All right, let me come in. First of all, if you start something stupid, I'm not gonna support you.
What do you call something?
What is stupid?
What is something stupid?
I'm coming.
Okay.
Me, for example, I love music. I love rap. I love hip hop. I love everything.
My name
I love dancing. But start dancing. Oh yeah, the full man is not good. I'm not gonna do that because I know it's not good. I only support. I say I'm in a part in Casa.
Hey, a ton.
Yeah, a ton also. If you do something stupid, don't expect me, friend, say I will come and help you out. But oh yeah, the part. Yeah, I'll recommend you to people. I know a lot of people very recommend though. I might not buy it.
But back to what Steph was saying. Steph, what Kim was saying, he said, you don't have to go with my product.
Don't spoil.
You don't need to come to AJ to buy a car. You don't need to go to Sherry to get a photos or Kim as a DJ or anybody else. But different ways you can support. Oh, hey, post it on Instagram. My friend is doing this.
Yeah.
That's the best way to support.
Because
for all you know, there will be somebody on your friends list that needs help. Do you promote? It's going to let the person see. So, oh, this person does this, and I think that's what KM is trying to say.
Yeah. I know that.
Yeah.
There you go.
And this is the thing, right? If you're doing a good job, right? Nobody. They're not going to support you.
Thank you.
And one thing to put in mind, one thing that you need to keep in mind, you're not the only friend. So let's say and your products are not that good, but you charge it so high. And Mandingo is my friend, right? Definitely I'm not going to watch him come buy something that is cheap, for an expensive price.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. If you're doing the right thing, it's easy to support you because I know so definitely, it's not going to turn around and come bite me in the ass. So what is it?
Yeah. Okay.
That is how we actually support each other.
Just a question. Are you trying to say that this is a matter of professionalism, the actual craftsmanship of whatever you like whatever your service is or whatever your product is? Is that what you're saying? That you're only willing to support if for example, does it mean that if you can use it for yourself, then you're willing to use it for somebody else? Or is it just period? Like, I'm just not going to watch my friend take something cheap. Like, I'm trying to understand that part.
So this is all I'm explaining, right? So definitely, if the thing is not worth my money, I'm not going to watch my friend waste his money on that too. And second of all, right? Second of all, if your products are good, match your prices to your level of output. Match it. You're not gonna buy Hanes t-shirt, which is like what, 10 in a pack for like $3 or $4. Write something on and come sell one shirt for like $30. No, it's not worth it. Yes, I get it. It's your skill. You put in a skill, manpower.
Yeah,
But
you can't sell
definitely
the that hits the way inside.
Exactly. So Stephanie, that is my point.
Manny, you got anything to add?
But I just quick. What, like AJ said before, what might be good for you or what you think is not good for you, maybe might be good for your friend. So back to what I was saying. If you're not going to buy it, or the best you can do is just be like, well, I have a friend who does this. If you want to go with him, talk to him. Just hand him the phone number. You've done your part.
Yeah, but
that's exactly. I'm not going to prevent him like, hey, man, call, don't buy. I'll give you the review. Okay, so this is what he sells. This is the quality of it. If you're going to buy it, fine. That is you. I gave you the review. So you don't turn to say, me and Uncle Bonnie, So it's not like I'm going to say, hey, don't buy it. It's not good, Hey, that is the thing.
I think I understand where Ajinkwa is coming from. KM, you have to understand something as a businessman, right? No matter what, people will talk bad about you. Just understand that. There are a lot of people that hate LeBron James. It doesn't mean he's not good. They just don't like him as a person. So you have to understand that. Say, no matter what, somebody will say, KM, what he does, he's terrible. But now they were son.
Yeah, but
but mind you, there is somebody out there too who said, hey, guy, no, yeah, do
too much.
If you say, Obiani ni but then no, you gotta understand something. Say, it's part of life. No matter what, you cannot please everybody. So you have to understand that's how it comes. Some people will like you, some people wouldn't. Some people will like what you do, some people wouldn't like what you do. So any day, normal. Yes, friends know in circle.
Oh yeah.
Somebody will say they like how you play music. Somebody will say they don't. But I refuse to say, Madam for being any idea about something. Say this. And I think that you are going extra miles. But in general, you have to understand, say KM, it comes with it. People will say you are not good. The word is you suck. Because of what you do. Others will praise you. It's life. So just understand that.
They're normal.
So, okay, for me, is the reason why I think we don't support is most Africans don't take feedback very well. It's like, because most times we tell them, hey, do this, do that. They think you're actually trying to prevent them from making money or something. And your customers who are treat the customers say, obi buawa no how.
Yeah.
In our African community, once somebody helps you, it's like the
own you for life.
The whole life to them. So to me, that's why this is all fiction to me. I can never say somebody's pulling me down. Because to me, even if you helping me is actually a burden to me most of the time. Because that's why most times I'll be like, my last resort is approaching people. That's my start. Because at the end of the day, people are out there for their own selfish reasons. So if you can't take feedbacks, if you can't go into business knowing that, hey, somebody is going to pull you down or something, then I think you're in the wrong business in the first place. That's how I feel about this whole pulling him down syndrome.
Yeah. Like, for example, for like this podcast, some idiot beats to be so
I'm more camera crying if it.
So yeah, people are gonna listen to somebody and you would never do anything in life. You wouldn't like
It's very good, sir. You better accept your mistakes.
Yeah.
When it comes to business. Because like I always say, Sir Nana Lee, when he started taking pictures, I say, hey, Nana Lee was a picture with phone coming. But I'm not just saying this. I should get married. There is no way somebody can afford before first will try me pictures other than Nana Lee. What must I say? If I should get married, Sherick or me to me first Sherick and choose some for food.
This is on record.
I'm seeing what he does. A boy of Benjamin, a boy of person Benjamin means yeah.
But yo, hey, AJ, when it comes to you in marriage, just say if.
So when I get married,
Let's watch ourselves and stick to the topic. But maybe a boy of Bobo and make us a mean as one. But my thing is, like now, Obi to and leave. He accepted it. He kept doing it. He got better, and that's how you take life.
Yep.
You to me accept it.
And even that still somebody's not
close
gonna come
friends.
to you. So, yeah.
You know, for us to become better. So I think that you know, I accept mistakes like I've been saying. So and also can accept
do you think there's a lack of creativity in our community? Because like I'll just use an example for Nigerians, right? They have different people like in every aspect of since we're talking about weddings, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, they have a person that does dance floors and then does drapes, and then another person who does decor, and another person that does small chops. Like, do you think that as Ghanaians sometimes we all like to oversaturate one industry at one time, therefore there's not enough room for us to network with each other? Or is it just that that's just the way it is, we should still find a better way to balance?
I think
Q, you was talking.
Yeah, I don't want to go back because I was going to say something about
me if it's new, let it flow.
I was just gonna say that, you know, with what KM said, as far as, you know, people talking stuff about you, and like I see that as killing two birds with one stone. You know, one, the criticism is always gonna happen, no matter what. Two, you found out that this person is truly not your friend. You say, I don't know, you just you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And on top of that, as Ghanaians, like I think Alex was saying, you know, as far as we don't know how to take criticism, I think that's why there's so much foolishness going on in Ghana right now, because there's no such thing as PR, right? If you I don't even think that
concept in Ghana.
Do people even have PRs in Ghana, like these celebrities and stuff? Because when we go catch somebody goes and tells Obeka said, you are trying to sit on my money, or you don't want me to make my money. You know, like you're hating, you know? So that whole concept of taking criticism is, you know, is not there, and that's why there's so much foolishness going on in Ghana. But you know, we like it. It's what we and then I grab your attention also. But so stuff you were just talking about, like decor and stuff like that. This when you said that, it reminded me of when I went to Ghana last December. Like, I think the issue is that Ghanaians, we don't think about the little stuff. We don't see the substance in like the small stuff or the things we take for granted. For instance, there's a this guy I met through my wife. The guy sells construction boots. The way he's making money off of common construction boots, you know. Guy in the catch a guy in the said cotton construction boots. He's making so much money from construction boots, is ridiculous. And that's what I think Nigerians are ahead. They think about that little stuff and they grasp it and they master it. So if he's doing a dance floor for wedding, everybody knows that this guy makes the best dance floor, that whatever it's called, you know. So I'm going to go to him. He will never go out of business. But we always want to think of the big stuff. I want to own I don't know,
a hotel.
A hotel. Meanwhile, you could be selling towels for the hotel. You know, that's what we lack as Ghanaians.
Well, what Steph was saying, you know, Steph, I agree with you.
Yeah, maybe I'll touch on
one thing about us Ghanaians, you know, say, let's say somebody's doing decor, like you were saying, you know, the person wants to do when you make a cross, like literally they want to do everything and take all the money. But I've also come to understand, say, young Ghana for no, it's a fact. We are not as rich as Nigerians. Nigerians have the money to
I'll argue different, but okay.
What you say? Nigerians have the money to spend, almost spend it on weddings. They know they are going all out. What was here? Yes, yeah, no. Sika we am ako we enye di. say anything. So they rather give it to one person so the person can charge them cheaper. And to me, I think that that's the whole point.
So I don't think it's because of that. I think it's because of laziness. We don't want to do our homework. We don't want to research.
Exactly.
Well, research. It's wedding. It's expensive. Ghanaians are not willing to spend. A lot of Ghanaians are not willing to spend.
There was actually a case like that.
Who's a Mandingo?
There was actually a case like that where there was actually a case
pineapples, number.
There was actually a case like that where someone gave all the money to one person to handle everything. They had to do share. The person had to postpone the wedding because.
So, Seth, another point thing. Okay, go ahead.
Steph was saying, I think the mindset is everyone is trying to prove that they're the best, right? And so they don't want someone else to have a chance. Yes, maybe this is your craft, this is what you're good at, but because I was making reference that if I'm friends with someone, right, and I know this is what they do, that's why my downfall. I look at what you provide, whatever your service is. If the product is good for me, I'm fine. But there's also, I think some people look at it this way, say, well, like, you know, I'm not comfortable with you. Just because you're friends and everything, it's cool. But there's always that mindset, like, oh, I'll call it my downfall. If it comes out this way, I won't be able to hold them accountable for it. You know, I'm going to be like, oh, into the, back to what Kwame Master was saying regarding, you know, lack of support. And I think that's also some part of it whereby it's not said people are not supporting, but they're just kind of trying to be safe. Once again, Africans or people, we just don't like to take risk, right? Just like I don't want to take the risk of investing in somebody, or even though I know say I'm down for, maybe they'll be able to produce, you know. But you look at the aspect, say, Kwame, I didn't say in the video. Whereby so yeah, an outsider, you can hold them accountable, you can hold them, you know. It's also part of the issue. That's why like we're so backwards, you know. So I mean that's the part that I wanted to throw in there.
Point. That's a really good
I feel like
another reason I think is like we always have like one person doing one thing. Is say somebody's a DJ, right? And there's a young kid trying to be a DJ too. That person is not showing the way. Because they're like, hell no, you're going to take my business away. So we have this mindset that if this guy comes into my space, I'm going to lose money. Instead of knowing that, hey, it actually builds the competition. Because if you go here and I say 400 and it's still 400 here, you still have to pay regardless. But once you're only one person and everybody is trooping to you, you have to cut your prices down. Because then, if not, everybody...
But that too,
find a way.
In the long run,
to go to.
At the long run, it will hurt you though.
Yeah.
Like, the thing where
there's a lot of money to go around.
Like when AJ was saying the whole thing about the money, it's not that Nigerians are richer than Ghanaians. No, that's not a fact.
They're not scared to spend.
Nigerians don't mind spending.
Yeah.
Ghanaians are cheap. That's what it is. Plus, when it comes to weddings, I've done Nigerian weddings and I've done Ghanaian weddings. What I've seen from Nigerians is the bride and the groom some of them don't even spend money. They don't even come out of their pocket. Nigerians. They come out from the uncle, the auntie, the mom, the father, and so and so. But Ghanaians, the man doing jobs. When he's about to have a wedding, see Kwame J's face, he just came from his character.
What?
Pineapples. Let's just focus on the topic.
All the money is coming from.
You make a valid point.
All the money is coming from either the groom or the bride. So whatever they can afford is what they're going to go with.
So Kwame Master, you know that right now you just contradicted yourself, right?
What do you mean?
You've eaten your own words. Also, Ghanaians are cheap, and meanwhile, how is he cheap if that is what he can afford? How is he cheap?
No, I'm saying that they're cheap as in they try to find the cheapest things, but then at the same time, we also want quality. We're paying for cheap, but then we're looking for good.
That's life.
You guys gotta find your niche, Charlie.
I mean, that's like people will spend cheaper, but they want quality.
Yeah.
Life.
Okay, so if you pay and the person gives you what you pay for, then don't get mad.
I know
Like Jason was saying, like Jason said, if let's say Kwame J does videos and Kwame J went and took a video of Jason's wedding, brought the video and the video didn't go well, Jason can't get mad at him.
Sign contract, my guy. Oh, America, sign a contract.
And I
Yes, exactly. You're supposed to sign. So
my friend, sign a contract.
No, it doesn't mean he's your friend. Once he signed that contract, you throw friendship away.
Hey, it's business.
Everyone looks at it that way.
That's why we don't support.
Money comes involved.
Exactly. Friendship.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just a quick caveat.
Yeah, as soon as money like comes in, a change from friendship to business. Maybe the see come out. I expect you to give me my like service. My service has to come back. Me and my mom like 2K for you to come.
Yeah, but if you give him money and you pay cheap, don't expect a good quality of stuff.
Let me tell you,
doing your job, so provide people with
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because Kwame, it gives you a platform. It gives you a platform. So what you can you cheap corner, you have a platform, you have like over 300 audience listening to you. If you do a good job, right there you gone.
That thing is bad for business too.
That platform thing is really bad for business.
It's bad for business too. You can't always do as it gives me a platform, so he's gonna pay me cheap.
All right, hold on. Let's pause for a second. I see Kwame J has something to say, and I see that Mandingo has something to say.
I was gonna say, I think as a business person, you gotta value yourself. That's number one thing. If you value what you do and the quality and the kind of service that you give, sometimes you don't even have to look at friends because
that's it.
That's like you. I've had so many people tell me how much I suck. Trust me, my own friends told me I suck.
Oh, make what candy.
You see what I'm saying? But that's not like I was not looking at that. I'm always looking at where I can take my business. Like I can take.
I don't think you don't need business from friends, man.
Not from friends. They're a very small market.
Yeah, because I've had family members actually ask me. Now we're here from the doorbell code, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when I first started. But that's not what I was looking at because I valued what I'm doing and what I do. I always looked at myself like, okay, well,
you can rise without
prove to myself that I can do it. So I think you just gotta value what you do and your services, and people will start respecting that.
Brandon,
Mandingo, what do you have to add?
Yeah, they all kind of like your contract pay, but for them, right? Because you sit there and say Africans, we don't support each other. But then when I try to support you, but I'm trying to save money, you call me cheap. So right there, you say we support also as cheap. Do you know that support doesn't always come from money? Like you said, no. You can come to my event.
That's what I'm saying, though, Manny. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying hire me.
Then you have to realize, listen, Masa, cheap do be cheap.
Okay, Manny, can you speak on first now when you were making your videos now, like some stuff
you faced with or pull him down?
Oh no, Jimmy.
Yeah, I was about to say that was what I was gonna ask. If anybody has after Manny, if you have an experience
like when you started making videos,
started doing anything.
YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Now, when I used to make YouTube videos, right? Man, I didn't really see that people were pulling me down because I never came to you guys and said, share my video for me.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you think your friends are going to be your only audience, I must say they don't do business.
Exactly. My point, yeah.
Your friends, like, and they just support you have to also branch out. And to say, quite the Instagram sponsoring, you can do advertisement, you can do way, Now, if you are sitting there for me to promote you, Miss Square, be at the end of the year, I said, Miss
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, time out. Pacho, hold on. Pacho. Let's clear the air. You guys are making this topic seem it's about me, the Pacho.
You made a point.
Yeah, I find the person.
It's not about you.
Just made it about you. Man, I'm the personal, but it's like, man, Nigo keeps targeting me.
Oh, he's not talking.
No.
That's how it is.
All right.
It's your point.
So when you do this,
But okay, so to your point, you were saying that you never started, the audience was never your friends to begin with for your videos.
to grow.
No.
The audience, so we say, yeah, you're saying no. Yes, our friends, we would like if our friends support us. But our goal is not to like say, man, the cute friends and find a best friend. The goal is to somebody who doesn't even know us to see this and say, so these guys, what these guys are doing is to impact them. You know, they can get something out of it. Like I'm, my pussy, I've one of my friends never got me.
So Kwame, I mean, so overall, no, what I think that we can learn from this is the point is you should always try your best to improve.
Yeah.
No matter what you are doing. Friends are there. It's good to say friends support too. But as a friends and support too in terms of
It's not the end.
it's not the end. What am I say? It's not the end. Let me say, to be honest with you, we main time fan to two Instagram so say if ya me talk car and me say and answer me say. But then honestly, I'm telling the truth. And go for a friend and say me more mono. Sometimes the human I mean to me. Yes, because it's the truth. What you know, the truth is and count on friends. Say it'll be our friends and you say it's good if friends are supporting you. There's no doubt about that. I know the effort. But we need to now for my brother. We'll feed you Rebecca fee. But hold on, but let me say something to you.
One second. I feel like social media has become so, like, people have this thing in their mind that, oh my God, you have to support me on social media for it to be a support. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've had people who, like, support me in other ways. They don't have to put it on the internet, but I have people calling me from other states. Oh, this person recommended you. This person did this. This person did this. Does that make sense? But we have this thing in our mind that, oh, if you don't put it on the internet, then you know.
Okay, valid point. So so I guess my question is, if it's not on social media, it still counts? Or you're saying that you don't even need the social media, they can just continue to help?
That's the whole point. Before social media came, you know, now you're
promoting, yeah.
What is here? The fact that I'm not telling people, oh, Kwame Ajeni is doing this, doesn't mean say, oh, if somebody wants to do something. I mean, the fact that I'm not sharing it on social media, say Kwame Ajeni takes pictures, doesn't mean say if somebody wants a photographer, I cannot say oh, Kwame Ajeni is there. Exactly. Maybe I mentioned his name, but the person just didn't call him.
Yeah,
that's still supporting my friend. Yeah. There are different ways we can support each other. I know there are just social media uncle.
Divert this real quick. I know that since we're talking about support, let's talk about like invention within the African community, right? So earlier on, there was a video that I saw of inventions, like Africans trying to make helicopters or cars or whatever. And I feel like I wish we can play that video so everyone can see it, right? And some people are like, why will I? Okay, let's say there's this guy in Ghana that makes cars and stuff. He's made a whole bunch of TVs and all that, and people don't buy his product. I personally have an issue with it because he is a citizen of the country, and recently, the government ordered Toyota Camrys from wherever for you to use as police cars, and I'm sitting back like, why couldn't they just get the car from this guy? And then people are like, because it's not going to function. How do you know? The thing with that whole thing is like, I wanted us to talk about it because I feel like we lack resources. We don't push people enough to get into these things, not necessarily from the government or anything, but it's like, like if we started saying, oh, you don't need support from some, this is some type of thing that you need support no matter what. Trying to build these things together, like build whoever that made airplanes and stuff, they didn't just do it one day and then boom, people got into it. Over time, those group, over time, no, you obviously you're going to try and fail, but we have that mindset. As long as I have black man, I didn't want a baller. And I want us to deviate our minds from
I
that.
have a question. I have a question. I have a question.
Ask your question, sir.
Those people that are building the plane in Africa, whatever country, how are we going to support them? What are we going to do to support them?
I think
Are we going to support them?
How are we going to support them?
How are we going to support them?
How we
government? How?
Like, how do you support that?
Listen, guys, it's not that sad. Like, the thing is, fine, everybody, the fact that they even have the mindset or the brains to do, that's a starting point.
Okay, the only way we can support them is the government picking them up and putting them like
we can support them.
Yeah. Occupation like
it just said me and my doubtful.
And mess up what 2 10 out and I'm not gonna do that. But young people right now and put them in a better place.
I told you guys it's in the blood, man.
The only way I can support you in that situation is tell you to go do your research.
Yeah,
even that. You can fly. You can be the first person to test it.
Okay. No, and then we'll see invented plus no we move around.
Okay, hold on. But just compare it to the Wright brothers, right? When they began building airplanes, they didn't even have an engine, but they still flew it.
Yes.
So
they did their homework.
How? There's nothing in there.
I mean, they must have done the homework because
they did the homework. They had to do the homework.
So how do you know they didn't do their homework with the Toyota engine?
Nigga, so I'm going for the new aerodynamics. Who
said they don't? But who said they don't? That's what I'm saying. But who said they don't? They don't know aerodynamics.
Good question.
Alright,
well, hold on. Steph, what are you saying?
You're just shooting it down. That's the point that we're trying to make.
So is it not okay for an inventor to fail? Like, do they
very
have to
okay.
Very okay.
It's very okay.
Because the whole point of that's the saying, right? If you don't go to school, you can't build an aeroplane. That's not true.
No. I'm not saying go to school, but go do your research.
Yeah, it's not true.
But like, you can't board a bike.
How do you know they didn't do the research?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Wright brothers didn't go to an aeroplane school. It was never done before. There's something that you built from the scratch.
Do you think Wright brothers, they had support?
I'm sure they
did. Wright brothers?
Yeah.
No, from the beginning, no. But when they started seeing the outcome that was coming out of it, yes, they supported them.
Okay.
Because the thing is,
by themselves, the first big plane wasn't built by one person. It was a whole assembly line.
Of course.
It's like we also like
support them from the start, so they can be like, okay, I have an end goal now. But we should be done before it even starts.
Listen, that's not the point.
I told you, see now,
we don't encourage our people. Like,
I think what the issue is, like, before the thing with Africans, before we even start something,
they shoot it down.
Yeah. Hold on. Before we even start something, we have already been discouraged.
Yeah.
So we don't even get the motivation to even move ahead and be like, you get that.
Okay, so quick question. I know that, like, we're kind of getting close to rounding out, but if you were to talk to your brother, sponsor, somebody that's willing to, an investor, what would you want to tell them? Like, what is it that you would like to tell them in order for the support to come about? So, I mean, anybody can take this question. We're going to keep it brief, and then we're going to have a lightning round, and then we're going to close out.
Are you asking what if they're supporting us?
Yeah, so basically we've shared today about, like, basically what it is, right?
Yeah.
That there's not enough support, that these are the state, like, basically the facts in it all. But if you were to get the chance to speak to somebody that can invest in you today, what would you like to tell them? Or what would you like to tell other people who are in that current predicament that are not supporting you?
Stop, can I say something real quick? I think that we were so focused on, like, the t-shirts and the DJ names. I know, man, we didn't talk about issues, right? Especially one thing, me being in IT right now, I see how these Indians support each other and how they are like, Jack, it's me for Indian, but his friend will help him do the work and like teach him everything. But the thing about Africans, they say, even if the job is hiring, and they'll tell you, say, oh, Jack, we are not hiring. No. Oh, Jack, I know I get that, so maybe we need to encourage each other. But all the DJ someday, I know them knowing, but it's that place, we need to pull each other up, right? We need to like opportunity or just because
give him a chance.
You give somebody a chance.
You keep
Mandingo,
you keep mentioning say DJ.
Let me come in real quick, right?
DJ for living, but they are doing good. So I think Ubiani Ejuma.
Yeah.
Okay,
I get what Mandingo is saying. I get what Mandingo is saying, and the thing is, most people feel like me say, I'm a maintenance technician, and that's what I do full time, and I can also do it outside of my work. But if somebody come up to me and be like, "Oh, Kwame, are they, is your job hiring?" Mm-hmm. I mean, people feel like maintenance is just it's beyond what you think. So just put in a plug in something.
Don't shoot it down.
So if you come to me, I'll be like, "Yo, yeah, they're hiring, but how is your experience in that level?" So if you come and tell me, let me finish.
You should do that. You should let your manager decide.
Yes. Okay, let me finish though. But he's talking. But listen, he's talking to me, asking me questions. And I'll be like, okay, how was your experience at that level? If you tell me what you know, okay, well, we're hiring. Apply for the job. Maybe you can start from somewhere.
The experience is not up to you to decide. It's the manager's job to decide.
American, I want to know, like through your job, right?
You should
on the job.
Yes.
I have no idea. That's all I do my way.
We are shooting
let me say something
boy.
real quick. Chat.
Go ahead.
Mandigo, this is the thing, right? I think, sir, it's like a two-way street. So there are people who are right. You can even vouch for and say, these people, they're hardworking and stuff. Or but the moment they get a job, they try to just kick you out.
Yeah.
Some people, others, people will pick you up and put you in the jobs. Mm-hmm. But maybe I will be a mafia pain. So we'll slow, So that's the thing.
But you know one thing Nigerians are good at, right? If a Nigerian has a job, now Kobusa and say, Jack, how much are they paying for that job? He won't lie to you. He will make sure say you come in the same position and excel too. But Ghanaian, if you have 50,000, because Jack, man, 25,000, man, how?
Because some people feel like when you come into the job, you're gonna take their position, they're gonna lose their job.
That means you don't value yourself.
I mean that's, and it's not just Ghanaians. It's people in general that feel that way. Like when you ask a lot of people, like if you go to a job right now,
most of my jobs I got into a hiring person, bro.
Yeah, they'll probably be like, no, we're not hiring, because they feel like if you come into the job,
they don't care.
Them, or you're gonna replace them.
That mentality is very wrong, because if anything, you bring in someone to the job and
you get money for it.
They even pay you to bring people on.
They trust you more. Say, okay, this guy has good judgment. He knows what this company or this agency is looking for. So that is.
Or maybe
the only reason why I don't do that, because most Ghanaians are lazy as hell.
So that's why
and like Jason said, you have to take a risk though.
But then again, you have to know the person first.
Well, you can't just go pick a stranger and decide to go take a risk on them.
No, I'm not saying stranger. I didn't know. I'm not saying stranger.
But even though still.
But yeah.
Somebody could be your friend, but maybe it's saying nobody knows what someone does outside of the comedy or whatever that we do. It's I'll be skeptical about trying to hook you up, because you don't.
You have to give each other a chance, right? When IT said, when I became a manager, trust me, I had like 5 Africans, because the thing is, the more Africans you bring in now, Africans to say African Niba. They trust him to do the job. Why? Because they're already Africans that are doing the job. That's how the Indians are. But because they're already Indians in the field, they help. Right? So sometimes if you bring your brother in, I actually help the whole community as a whole. Ghanaians are good at IT. right? It builds our as Africans. No, be a person. Mimi kusema. Me na person be baby. That's it.
But okay, let me share a personal experience. You try to help an African, right? They tell you I'm overqualified. So a person like next time I'm not helping anybody again. Because investment is some phone.
It's right. Why can't I be beside?
Yeah.
Obi crowd, yeah, Mr. Like Majuma when they were hired for janitor, right?
So why did you ask me then? So you give them the details of the job. Stories I'm overqualified. Why do you help them?
That's what we don't
over unemployed.
That's what we don't do.
America have a fiscal
because it's funny, because you see, that's another thing. That's another thing why Africans are not moving up because
we are not trying to help
we are so picky what we do. Like we don't value certain things. Oh, janitor in Juma. Oh, McDonald's. Oh, what's McDonald's here, Juma?
I'm figuring number just to become a janitor.
But listen though, bro, you start from
somewhere.
I've done shitty jobs before, but say, yeah, but it's not making the who recommend you. Come on.
No, okay. What I was
you can't say I'm overqualified. I'm not interested.
What I was saying is, if somebody asks me, if somebody tells me, say, they're looking for a job, they're unemployed, and my job tells me like, oh, we have a janitor position open, I'm gonna tell you, hey man, they're hiring for a janitor. Do you want to apply?
Master, I recommend it.
I mean, at least I did my part. I recommend the job for you. Either you lose it or you become unemployed. But don't come asking me for $5 every day.
See,
I get that. If you're not interested, I say, I'm not interested. Don't say I'm overqualified. I mean,
okay, don't ask me for money every day then. It doesn't matter. You start from somewhere.
Kwame, there's certain things that I feel like just because say you don't just get up and take it. You have to value yourself.
I'm a janitor.
You could be using that time to apply for a better job, but you're still making money.
No, KM, this is the point. I'm a janitor. And what we some say, but you more hire. Me a janitor.
Janitor, but over recommended janitor, mommy. I don't say.
Okay, all right. And you're better not Eddie here.
Oh, not me. The mere fact that they ask about a job, and you just pick in a department.
So, I mean, I'm gonna ask Kwame and Jay, if you can just close us out. Like, what advice are you giving to like your fellow brothers and sisters like out here that are they're hustling, they're putting in work. We're trying to make it. Like, what advice do you give so that we can be able to grow as a community?
I would say that continue building yourself. Continue sharpening your craft, and people will value you and respect what you do.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, we're going to do a really quick lightning round because I feel like, Kwame, you got a lot of the blunt of the conversation, like about your business. So let's just do a lightning round. If anybody has like a business or something that they would like to shout out, you can go ahead and just share your handle, and then we're going to go ahead and close out.
Okay. Well, I am a cinematographer/photographer. I do a lot of weddings, and I do a lot of family portraits and whatnot. So you can find me at Kwame J Jr. Weddings. It will be below right here. You can follow me on Instagram or on Facebook.
Who else? AJ.
I'm gonna advertise for my fiance. She's a coordinator and also
I'm on a rate.
Events decorator. So if you need any designs, just go to So Sweet Moments. It'll also be below the YouTube description. So check us out.
Who else?
Kwame.
AJ.
DJ Monko.
Yes.
All right. I'll take this point, this platform, man, and just talk about. It's not a business; it's a foundation. I love to help people. And that's one of the things. If you love to help the people in need, and also like taking care of brilliant but needy kids in Ghana, you can follow AG86 Foundation on Facebook, on Instagram. on Twitter. We out there.
Guys.
Fire support. What else here?
All right, and then Kwame.
Also, let me take this opportunity to also advertise myself. Like I said, my name is Mandingo. I'm into IT, right? So anybody that's trying to get into IT, you need advice, you need anything, don't feel shy to hit me up. And also, if you need a change in job, like maybe your job is not paying you enough, you want to study something in IT, reach out to me. I can help you get the job placement, and you can make more money that way too. So
thank you.
Okay.
And then Kwame.
My name is Kwame. I am a DJ. I do travel all around the United States, even Ghana. I will be going to Ghana December to do a wedding. So, you can follow me on DJ _Kwame Master. I also do lights and, all that projection, all that, like projectors, slideshows, all that stuff. So,
all right. Me too. I have one. My group is called Elite Group. If you need somebody for host your event,
cool him down now, please.
Call me. I have DJs, everything.
All right.
I also want to ask.
Basically, say you have DJs. Are you hiring?
I can hire you if you want to be on my team. I will manage you. I'm serious.
Okay, we'll talk.
Right.
There you go. Look, this is what it looks like.
Pull him up. Pull him up.
I just want to
pull him up.
Just say, everyone, give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself.
Yo, AJ, what about your cars, man?
Your cars, man.
Can I use this opportunity? Can I use this opportunity to promote World Class Women? It's a mentorship program based in New Jersey, and I believe they're about to start a Virginia chapter as well. They mentor teenagers. Right now, they're just focusing on females, just to prepare them for basically from the African community, preparing them for college and the real world. And then so I'm on the advisory board, and so for any females in the New Jersey or Virginia area, if you have any sisters, cousins that you feel like this would be a great opportunity for them, just hit me up, and then I will forward you to the appropriate people. I'm also working on starting my own practice. I'm a social worker / mental health therapist. So that'll be, for the future, but, trying to change that culture. I think we'll touch on that in future, podcast. So yeah.
That's it.
Sounds good. Is that everybody? Did we cover everyone today? I think we did.
Yeah, I just want to say that, shout out to everyone here that is doing something. Like we said, believe in your craft, and, don't seek validation from someone. If you know what you're doing, just keep pushing yourself, and, in the end, your craft will sell itself. You don't need your friend or your cousin. So go follow DJ Kwame Master, go follow Kwame J Weddings, follow So Sweet Moments, Mr. Elite Group, Women's Class, AG360, wherever it is. We're going to drop all the information down below. So make sure you follow, and then, share with your friends and family too.
Absolutely.
Oh, by the way, AJ's an up and coming DJ, so Daddy Bears on the beat.
On the ones and twos.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and close out. Thank you so much for tuning in and just sticking with us. This was a really important conversation. In order for us to grow, we have to go together. So please go out and follow each and every of these pages. We're going to go ahead and tag the handles down below. And again, join the conversation. We want you to speak with us more. What is your experiences that you've experienced with people pulling you down, and how are you able to overcome it? Talk to us on the Instagram page, which is at Entourage Podcast. We're also on Facebook, but also go ahead today, like, comment, and subscribe below. Do not leave this video without subscribing. We want you to go ahead too and join notification gang. We want you to be a part of it so that every single time we post, you're the first to get it. So thank you again, and we'll see you soon for the next podcast.
Peace out.
Entourage out.
Hello.
Why